Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard, and in this video, I want to show you a car that was recently called Canada's best new large sedan by a panel of Canadian motoring journalists, yours truly included, and take a look at how this latest legacy shows us where Subaru has been and where they're going. This is the latest Subaru Legacy, and it was recently called Canada's best new large car by the Automobile Journalists Association of Canada, or AJAC, after an extensive testing program. This saw a panel of auto experts, yours truly included, mathematically evaluate the competition, and this year's scoring saw this all-new Legacy beat out competitors like the Volkswagen Arteon, Kia Stinger, and Nissan Altima. And if you dig into the scoring, you'll see why. Legacy got top marks for its interior, overall quality, and visibility. These are signs that you can expect a well-built and nicely sorted cabin from which it's easy to take in your surroundings. It also earned the best scores for comfort, safety, and overall value, and you can take that as a thumbs up from a team of expert car reviewers that this is your very best bet if you're after something that's safe, comfortable, and that feels like good value for your money, which of course you do. Legacy is big on confident and laid-back travels, even in bad weather. Of course, all-wheel drive is popular these days, meaning Subaru is far from your only choice for an affordable all-wheel drive car, with Nissan Altima, Mazda 3, and Toyota Prius and Camry all having had all-wheel drive added recently too. This gives you more competition and better selection, and that is a good thing. This tester is the Legacy GT, and as you see it here, basically loaded to the nines at about 39,000 Canadian. This gets you everything Legacy has to offer, including the high-output engine option, namely this 2.4-liter flat-4 turbo that generates 260 horses and nearly 280 pounds of torque. That, by the way, makes this one of the more powerful mainstream all-wheel drive sedans you could buy. And so with the latest in direct-injected boxer turbo power, Legacy GT is true to its roots. As it has for ages, this car gives drivers pleasing access to on-demand torque, a rich power curve, and an engine that's modest and gentle driving, but one that will also satisfy enthusiasts who decide to get it working. Just be careful if you do. This new power plant is tastefully restrained and very smooth, and you've got to be a bit careful with it or it can easily sneak you up into demerit point territory. So with the subtle family growl from the flat 4 ahead of the firewall, Legacy GT stays in stride with its soul. Turbocharged thrust, massive grip, and on winter tires, even at full throttle, it just chomps into hard-packed and off you go. It's the sort of point-and-shoot traction delivered in such abundance that might even make you like driving in the snow if you typically don't. And by the way, that all-wheel drive system works with absolutely none of your bandwidth required. So in a way, it's exactly what Legacy GT has always been, an attainable sedan that's really good to drive in the winter. But to that recipe of turbo power and really good all-wheel drive, this latest Legacy adds some futuristic touches that play off of one of the brand's other key strengths, safety. And this is where it gets a bit more futuristic, even debuting technologies like this camera that scans your eyes and face in real time to figure out if you might be drowsy or distracted, in which case you'll get a warning to keep your attention on the road ahead, and it works fairly well. You may or may not like the sounds of that, but the point is it could save your life, and so could the eyesight cameras up here. They work like human vision, enhanced with computer image recognition, and they warn you of all manner of hazards in your driving environment before you notice them. They can even prevent certain types of accidents autonomously. Many cars have systems like these, few put them at your fingertips so well. On this massive screen, even first-time users will be quickly able to see what the systems are, which ones are active, and what they do, and you can turn these on and off to taste as you get used to them. Add in powerful automatic LED lights and a strong braking system, and a full complement of structural and airbag crash protection, and you see why this car has also earned some of the highest safety system performance and crash test ratings in the business. So it's boxer turbo power nodding to the past, and some of the cleverest use of the latest safety tech nodding to the future. A 260 horsepower sled with all of the safety gadgets, including some very new ones, coming in from just over 39,000 with all of the goodies. The drive? Well, if you're after the sportiest all-wheel drive for the price, this is not what you're looking for. The Legacy is bigger and heavier than, say, a WRX. The ride and handling and steering all seem tuned for comfort first, soft and gentle, usually, though totally unbothered, by some high-speed browsing of your favorite snowy back road. The continually variable transmission, or CVT, is smooth and creamy and responsive, but driving enthusiasts will wish for something that feels a bit more direct and precise. Like the ride, the transmission is perhaps best suited to a more laid-back driver, though it does play ball pretty well when you get it working.
So consider Legacy as more of a comfort-first, touring-ready sedan with an extra helping of muscle and winter driving swagger and excellent ride quality, and you're in the right ballpark.
Even on poorly maintained roads and washboard surfaces, it feels solid and strategically soft, giving you a ride that's dense and comfortable, not spine-bashing. On smooth highways, it feels creamy and heavy in typical Subaru fashion. The suspension is quiet and feels durable under fire, even when it's taking a licking. Again, comfort, confidence, traction, that is what shines through with this car. And the best return on investment will come to the sort of owners who see a foot of fresh snow and immediately decide to go for a spin. And that is what this car is all about. Smugly conquering nasty winter driving in comfort. And some of my biggest smiles came from just how much of the engine's power the all-wheel drive system and Blizzak tires could put down. This thing absolutely bites into the snow. The cabin shouldn't disappoint. Nice colors, plenty of leather, plenty of stitching, and tons of screen, thanks to this vertically oriented display that's bright and responsive and features full smartphone connectivity. There are hard buttons and steering wheel controls to ease overall use. The big screen is a powerful tool, but you're rarely forced to use it. Elsewhere, depth, detailing, stitching, sculpting, it all works to convey an upscale feel. And I love the storage options, including this handy slash in the dash, plenty of high output charging provisions too. So you're all set. I had no issue with space in the driver's seat. It's pretty roomy up here actually. Feels even roomier thanks to the tall windshield, which is part of the high visibility scores I mentioned earlier. And behind myself, loads of legroom. 4 average-sized adults will have no issue. Gripes? Well, there is a lot of beeping as the eyesight system warns you every time it loses and regains sight of road markings on roadways where they're hard to see, which is most of them during winter driving in northern Ontario. And I did wish for a sport mode to sharpen up the reflexes a little to better match the engine's output. Finally, if you can't fight the urge to dip into that turbo, you can put the fuel away in quick order. To sum up, you'll probably really like the power, the ability to fully utilize it in any manner of crappy winter driving, and the comfort, confidence, roominess, and overall relaxing and laid-back drive. Though some will wish for a bit less beeping from the safety gear, and heavier-footed drivers might wish for better fuel economy too. It's all up to your right foot. Thanks for watching.